Hello, in today's video we are going to work together on the cloud migration going from Azure to AWS and GCP. So let's get started. First thing we are going to do is to create a new workspace. So here we are going to go from Azure to AWS / GCP. Then we create the workspace. Now we are going to ask the AI to basically first use Azure CLI to do an asset inventory mapping of all the resources provisioned in our Azure subscription. Perfect. Everything is already configured. So as always, we always have the information here, as you can see. So we always have the global visibility on what the AI is doing in terms of action. Perfect. He created the JSON file that we wanted. Now it's creating, as you can see, the summary report in Markdown format. Yes. This we can open it to make it bigger. Directly look at all the resources. Now we are building the diagram. We will be able to find it here. So, as you can see, this is the diagram. Now instead of layered, we can have it as tree. We have the global visibility here. We also have the summary. Perfect. Now we can leverage Terraform and here create the Terraform code for AWS and GCP using Terraform MCP and following best practices. I also want you to create the AWS and GCP diagrams. Perfect. So here we are using the Terraform MCP, then we will use the GitHub MCP to then do the connection with GitHub and create the new repository. As you can see here, it's already started working with the AWS Terraform modules. Same thing for GCP. So now we can go back to code and then we can follow here. So as you can see here, we didn't create any Azure Terraform or bicep code. We directly went from assets inventory on Azure And from that, we are building the AWS and GCP Terraform code. Already created the folder. We can look at, for example, terraform.tf, variables, locals, here the main.tf, now we are going to do the same thing for GCP. So here in GCP we have the locals, the providers, terraform.tf, variables as well. So here everything has already been created with the module that we wanted, the output as well, and everything here. Now we can look at it. So we have the Azure Asset Inventory Architecture, then we have the AWS one. So here it's either layered or tree, and here we always understand. So the goal here is basically to give us the visibility on all the resources that we created. Same thing for GCP. So the goal is more on the visualization part when we speak about the diagrams. And here it creates the README file as well. Now what we can do is that we can say now run tf validate and tf plan. Here we just need to wait. So here we run as well the Terraform validate and the Terraform plan. We have the output here, Terraform validation and planning summary. Perfect. Now what I would like to use is use the correct icons for the AWS diagram. Perfect. So now we can improve as well the diagram. It's a back and forth always. Think about when you're using AI, it's always back and forth. It could be on security, it could be on cost, it could be on visualization, but think about it as if you were actually working with a coworker. So here we can go back. So here, as you can see, it got updated, so perfect. Now we can actually do the breakdown cost analysis and create a file for it. So what I really like about it is that we have all the diagram with the GCP and the AWS, and here, for example, all the code has been generated, has been created. We run Terraform plan, we run Terraform validate, everything is good. Now we can actually create the detailed cost breakdown for both AWS and GCP. So here we did the breakdown cost file. Here we created it, it's this one. So here, let me close all. Like that we can actually look at it more properly, and we have all the pricing. With, of course, the key findings, the data analysis, and so on. So now what I would like to do is that we can create, so connect to GitHub. Here, select the account infra code base, repository name, keep it public, and then create it. Perfect. And now, voila, everything is good. And of course, you can add the README, and you can improve it here. So, for example, if we want to add a README, so here what we can do is that we can actually go here, infra code base, include the README file, and push it to the existing repository made using GitHub MCP. So here we included the README file. Now we look at everything that the Git agent did. Perfect. What was pushed to the main branch. And now what we can do is that we can go here, we can open it again. And here we have the README file here. So I hope this video was useful, and as always, if you have any questions, I will be really happy to help you use InfraCode Base on a daily basis. Have a great day.